Hello everyone. In this video, let me see about is a transform related problem number 6. Find is a transform and ROC of x of n equal to sine omega naught n u of n. Write the solution. Then next write the given data. X of n equal to sine omega naught n into u of n. Right. Next, write the formula. Is a transform formula. Is a transform z of x of n in n equal to capital X of z equal to formula summation n equal minus infinity to infinity x of n into z power minus n. Next step, substitute x of n. Okay, x of z equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity sine omega naught n into u of n into z power minus n. Here this u of n only used for the limit purpose. Okay, once the limit applied means no need to write for u of n term. Okay, before that we know u of n the limit 1 for n greater than 0 and 0 for n less than 0. Okay, the next line x of z equal to summation, here limit change n equal to, here see the magnitude value 1 when n greater than 0. Here see, here n greater than 0 means see the limit, here lower limit 0, right, and upper limit based on the problem, that means there is formula. Okay, so here upper limit infinity and lower limit 0, so 0 to infinity. Okay, next sine omega naught n into z power minus n. Okay, we know the sine term, here sine theta equal to e power j theta minus e power minus j theta divided by 2j. This is for sine term. No, so likewise here to expand the sine term, sine the whole term. Okay, this whole term. Next line, x of z equal to summation n equal to 0 to infinity e power, here instead of there is omega naught here, right, that is the whole term. Okay, omega naught n, theta can be replaced by omega naught n, so e power plus j omega naught n minus e power minus j omega naught n the whole divided by 2j because of sine term. It's a complex term. Okay, z power minus n. For the next step, 2j take it as common outside. Okay, so x of z equal to 1 by 2j, then this summation term common for both term, here in between minus no, so summation of first term minus summation of second term, likewise right. Okay, summation n equal to 0 to infinity e power j omega naught n into z power minus n, the first term, minus, right, the second term, summation n equal to 0 to infinity e power minus j omega naught n into z power minus n. Okay, close the bracket. For the next step, apply the formula. We know the formula. See, summation n equal to 0 to infinity a power n formula 1 by 1 minus a. No, likewise consider this the whole term a. Before that take n term as common. No, so before write one more line, equal to 1 by 2j bracket summation n equal to 0 to infinity e power j omega naught into z power minus 1 the whole power n minus, close the bracket, then summation n equal to 0 to infinity, no need to write here, e power minus j omega naught into z power minus 1 the whole power n, close the bracket. Next, apply the limit. We know the formula, apply the formula summation n equal to 0 to infinity a power n equal to 1 by 1 minus a. No, let us consider the whole term as a. Likewise here also consider the whole term as E. Okay, equal to 1 by 2j, then open the bracket, apply the formula 1 by 1 minus, here the term e power, for the identification purpose I write in the different colors because in between they having the there is a multiplication term and addition term. So here write 1 minus e power j omega naught into z power minus 1. Okay, this is the first term. In between minus 1 divided by the second term, right? 1 minus e power minus j omega naught into z power minus 1. Then close the bracket. Okay. Okay, next line, ordinary, take LCM, ordinary simplification steps. 1 by 2j, open bracket, then ordinary simplification, see here, cross multiply. Okay, so 1 minus e power minus j omega naught into z power minus 1 and minus, here write the second term 1 minus e power plus j omega naught into z power minus 1, here minus 1. Okay, then whole divided by the whole term. Likewise here also 1 minus e power j omega naught into z power minus 1 and the second term 1 minus e power minus j omega naught into z power minus 1, right? Then close the bracket. Next, to multiply inside each and every term, here 1 into 1 and 1 into this term, likewise you have to multiply. The next step 1 by 2j, then open the bracket, for the numerator term 1 into 1, so 1, right? Minus e power minus j omega naught into z power minus 1. Okay, next minus 1 and plus e power plus j omega naught into z power minus 1. Okay, for the denominator term same, 1 minus e power j omega naught into z power minus 1 and 1, and here 1 minus e power minus j omega naught into z power minus 1. Okay, then close the bracket. Next step, cancel the term, here plus 1 and here minus 1 get cancelled. Okay, so write the remaining term equal to 1 by 2j. Here see, this line mainly used for ROC. Okay, because they having 1 minus the term, here also 1 minus the term and here also 1 minus the term. No, this step mainly used for ROC, to find the ROC. Okay, next write the remaining term minus e power minus j omega naught into z power minus 1. Next plus e power plus j, next e power plus j omega naught into z power minus 1. Okay, the whole divided by, here likewise multiply each and every term. So first one 1, then second term minus e power minus j omega naught into z power minus 1. Next minus e power j omega naught into z power minus 1. Next plus e power j omega naught into z power minus 1 and e power minus j omega naught into z power minus 1. Okay, to expand the line. For the next step, just here write simplification 1 by 2j. For the numerator, take z term as common, z inverse take it as common. So z inverse, the whole bracket, write the remaining term. Okay, e power j omega naught minus e power minus j omega naught. Okay, then close the bracket. Okay, also close the bracket. The whole divided by, here 1. No, so 1 in this two term take Z term as common. Okay, Z inverse. Okay, not Z term. Z inverse, take it as common. So 1 minus, here 1 minus Z inverse of, write the first term e power j omega naught plus, write the second term e power minus j omega naught. Okay, close the bracket. Then write the remaining term plus here e power plus j theta and e power minus j theta, right? So likewise write e power j omega naught dot, and write the second term e power minus j omega naught, right? Next, Z inverse, both the Z inverse, right? See here, Z inverse, likewise second term Z inverse. Okay, this one and this one, this is Z inverse and Z inverse. Next, close the bracket, simplify the term. We know, right, see here, we know the formula, sin theta equal to e power j theta minus e power minus j theta divided by 2j. No, so here just compare it. Here e power j theta available, in middle term minus also available, and the second term e power minus j theta also available. So denominator 2j missing. For the next line, what we have to do means 1 by 2j, open the bracket, take Z inverse common, write the missing term. Okay, because of our convenient to convert e power term into sine term. Okay, why we have to choose sine term means here in between minus sign. In case here plus sign means we have to convert this term into cos. Let us see in the next video. So here 2j missing, right? So I write here e power j omega naught minus, at the second term e power minus j omega naught, the whole divided by, okay, the whole divided by the missing term 2j, no, so 2j. But here in case if only for the denominator term 2j means the total value will be changed, no. So for our convenient, for to multiply the same term here, okay, then only we get the previous line steps. Okay, because 2j get cancelled to get the previous line. Okay, so numerator term over. Likewise, concentrate the denominator term. Here also 1 as it is, right? So 1 and minus, here is that inverse. Okay, open the bracket. Here also, see here, for the cos term, cos theta e power j theta plus e power minus j theta divided by 2. See, to compare the sine term as well as cos term, here in between minus, here plus, and the denominator term 2j, here 2. Because of this is the complex number, this is for real, this is imaginary number, this is for real number. Likewise, that's a even number, odd number, whatever it may be, take it as. Okay, here write the given term e power j theta, the denominator e power j omega naught, in between plus, likewise write the second term e power minus j omega naught, here the missing term divided by the missing term 2. Okay, not 2j plus 2. Here also, according to for the value convenient, here also multiply 2. Okay, write the remaining term plus, here see here e power j theta plus e power minus j theta, we know e power j theta dot e power minus j theta equal to, both are get cancelled, no, e power 0 equal to 1. So likewise the whole term to be 1, no. So here no need to write 1, and that's basement same is to add the power, no. So here z power minus 2. Okay, then close the bracket. Okay, for the next line, to write for this the whole term to be, here also the whole term to be, this is for sin omega naught, not j, sin omega naught. Likewise here cos omega naught, only for, not included to this term. Okay, this term for cos omega naught. Likewise write the next line equal to, for the numerator 2j, take it as outside, so 2j, and divided by already having denominator term 2j, no. So open the bracket, z inverse and the whole term is sine omega naught. No, sine omega naught, the whole divided by 1 minus 2 into cos, okay, cos term, cos omega naught into z inverse plus z power minus 2, okay. These two term get cancelled, this term and this term get cancelled, okay. For the next step, write the statement multiply and divided by, here the maximum, the highest power, it's a division, okay. Here highest power z power minus 2, no, so you have to multiply z power z square in the numerator as well as the denominator. For the numerator, z square dot already z inverse having, no, so sine omega naught the whole divided by 1 minus 2 into cos omega naught z inverse already having, so z square plus z power minus 2 dot z square, okay. So we know to add the power, here also to add, so 2 minus 1 equal to 1, here also add the power, so minus 1 plus 2 equal to 1, here add the power, minus 2 plus 2 equal to 0. Likewise, next line, z power 1, no, so z power 1 sine omega naught, here write x of z equal to z sine omega naught the whole divided by z square, here here z multiply here z, no, so z square minus 2 z cos omega naught plus 1, okay. This is for x of z, okay. Next to find ROC, it's very simple. This is for ROC line, this is for ROC. See here, this line for used for ROC, this is divided by, okay, this also divided by, this one divided by, okay. This is for ROC line, okay. So select that particular value, e power j omega naught z inverse less than 1, okay. So e power j omega naught divided by modulus z less than 1, so modulus z less greater than e power j omega naught, this is for one ROC. Likewise, for the second part of ROC, e power minus j omega naught z inverse less than 1. So 1 by z power minus j theta can be write it as e power minus j theta means 1 by e power j theta. Both are same, right? Likewise, write 1 by e power j omega naught the whole divided by modulus z less than 1. Then 1 by e power j omega naught less than modulus z. So modulus z greater than 1 by e power j omega naught, okay. So two set of ROC. For the next line, to compare the ROC term, for the next step, modulus of z greater than e power j omega naught into 1 by e power j omega naught, right? So both the term e power j omega term and the denominator e power j term, omega term get cancelled. So modulus z greater than 1. Then draw the ROC plot. See here, this is for ROC plot. This is for y axis, this is for x axis. Then draw the circle. Here ROC circle. This is for, right, this is for imaginary part of z, this is for real part of z, okay. Here modulus of z greater than 1, no, for ROC place, this is for ROC place or plane, modulus of z greater than 1. So greater means outer, outside or outer, okay. Then draw the shade to shade the area. This is for outer area, no. So this is for outer area because of greater than, no. Then write the poles. Here pole value 1. Here, okay, this is for pole value, 1 of the pole. Write the final answer. X of z equal to z sine omega naught the whole divided by z square minus 2z cos omega naught plus 1, and ROC modulus of z greater than 1. This is the final answer. Z transform of a power n into cos omega naught n into u of n. Okay, here additional, that a into z sin omega naught the whole divided by z square minus 2a omega naught 2a z in right, 2a z cos omega naught plus 1. Okay, see here I multiplied a, here also a, so both answers same. In case of multiplied additionally a power n means the answer will be that's a into z sin omega naught the whole divided by z square minus 2a z cos omega naught plus 1. Okay, that's all.